what's up YouTube? It is 7:30 here in Missouri somewhere, off the 70. I'm just cruising. I'm not in any big rush. I just got to get to Jacksonville, Florida by Monday. I've got like 1,000 miles left and Saturday and Sunday to do that, so I'm not done driving for the day. I just stopped to get some coffee. It's not Dunkin' though. Dunkin' is trash. And so is, what's the windmill one? Dutch Bros? Dutch Bros is garbage. Starbucks isn't that great, but Starbucks is the best tasting coffee out of all those in my opinion. But no, I get the, I'm here at a Flying J, or a Pilot, I don't know. I don't come to this one often. Anyway, I do their, push the button and it grinds up the coffee. Pilot House Coffee, that's the bomb. Other than that though, just wanted to come back. I left Oak Grove, Missouri, so yeah, I'm in the same state, just cruising down the 70. Actually I was boogieing for a while the right lane for some reason on Interstate 70 through Missouri. It's 2 lanes, it's too small, and it's so dang slow in that right lane for some reason. You get behind one 60-mile-an-hour truck, then you just have a hard time getting out. So we kind of bounced to the left and stayed doing 70, 75 or whatever the speed limit may be. Earlier today you saw that oversize, and then you saw me talking trash on climate control, I believe it was, that Volvo that was a no parking a-hole. Jeez, people haul ass in parking lots, it's crazy. I don't get it. It's like they're in a race to stop. But anyway, PMG, I wonder. Nice Nitto, whatever tire truck there. But it's leased to PMG. But that's a clean setup for going to events or whatever. I don't know, if I had money I wouldn't be driving a Volvo though. I'd be repping a freaking stretched out Pete. But anyway, not my company. That's why they make money, because they don't drive 5 mile to the gallon Pete's pulling big old things. I don't know. Anyway, that's another subject. I'll take a hooded truck all day. Class pays. It's all about looks in my opinion. I know it's all about money, but image is everything. It really is, I don't know. I haven't heard anyone say, man, that's a sweet truck, to any Volvo that pulls up and bumps a dock or anything. I have seen one cool Volvo. It was down off Interstate 10 in Louisiana. It was a bright yellow frame. This was for LSU Tigers fans, obviously. It was for sale at the dealership. It was a bright yellow frame, had like full fenders or half fenders like my Hodge builds, and it was a purple truck. The thing was gorgeous, but it looked good, it shined right. Found it on Truck Paper. It was priced like a brand new truck, because it was like $175,000, but it was an automatic, so it was still like fuel saver, but would have made a sweet flatbed truck for sure. Anyway, or pulling up 48-foot flat. Anyway, earlier in the video you saw the oversize that I was talking to. I mean, almost 250,000 pounds rolling down the road. So any four-wheelers out there, man, be safe. That's some massive stuff that you have no idea. I'm lucky to have this little communication device. I get to BS with them every now and then, so that's cool. But I saw that oversize. I'm gonna add another oversized clip from back in May when I was trying to start this YouTube channel. I actually think it may have been May 2019. Anyway, I was down in Texas, and I saw this heavy haul. I think it was for Barnett. You're gonna hear me mention the spread. I do this with my hands. The spread on that heavy haul's drive tires, the drive axles actually. It's a 3-axle truck pulling like a Cozad, a massive heavy haul trailer, pulling a Manitowoc crane, I believe it was. Anyway, I talk about the spread, and what you'll see there in this next clip, that's the oversize I'm talking about, that spread is 60 inches. It's for Canadian oversize or heavy haul. It allows, once you get up north of the border of US, it allows for different weights with a 60-inch spread axle to axle versus like our stock American trucks, which have 52-inch spreads, axle to axle. So if you ever see that spread on a heavy haul, there's a big chance they're running up into Canada also, for legality with their axle distribution and weights. Canada's weird with their axles. Like, when you cross the border, like down here in the States, a 48-foot trailer with the spread axle, you get 20,000 pounds per axle. But when they're close together, you get 34. Up there, it like freaking takes off so much weight. You want a closed tandem rolling into Canada on any sort of trailer, but I think it knocks it down to like, is it 17,000? I don't know. I'd have to look. Don't quote me on it. If you know, leave it in the comments. What the spread axle weight is up in Canada. Anyway, man, I'm rambling about 6 minutes here. So anyway, you also, after the heavy haul stuff, you also saw me talking crap on that climate control. You guys, it is not hard to park and then like double check your position in the lines and then pull back up and straighten it out and get perfect. We are quote unquote professional drivers. Some of you guys clearly aren't. But anyway, act like it. You're at work, you know, don't wear pajamas and flip-flops. Actually drive and act like a professional out here. Park like a professional. You have a billboard that's 53 feet long that you're towing down the road. Like, people get that, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna call them in, or you know, it's just, you put a reputation with that big ass billboard out behind you. And if you're flatbed, you don't have the billboard, but obviously people can get the name off the side of the door on your truck. So anyway, yeah, you are out here upholding a reputation as you go down the road for your company. So drivers, start acting like it if you watch this, man. Other than that, what else? Oh, I pointed out that Prime truck that was sitting in the fuel island. I went in and showered at Oak Grove Petro here in Missouri, and then came back out. Oh, excuse me, I'm spitting everywhere. I just had lunch. Still about to drink that coffee. I showered and then came out to the came out to my truck, rolled over to the fuel pump. Was still off duty, you know, just waiting to fuel. But I'd been there about 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes, and that truck never put their handles in. I mean, you guys, fuel island etiquette. Do not pull up and take your 30-minute break. And then I mentioned how the guy walked out and he had Wendy's in his hand and a Prime t-shirt, you know, and then back safety first. How about some common sense first, guys? Come on. So like I said, you're driving a billboard. Yeah, Prime, you guys suck ass out here. Just sitting at the fuel island. Like, I'm on a break right now. I've been, like I said, I'm not in any big rush, but I've been off duty for 54 minutes. And it is 7:44. I've been off duty for 54 minutes. I don't know if you can see that, but look how many spots there are. There's 3 right there. There's 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 spots. I went ahead and backed in next to homeboy here, and other homeboys showed up after. There was one truck on the other side of him too. But anyway, like, dude, I'm taking a break. I'm gonna go find a parking spot and get out of everyone's way. I didn't just roll up to the fuel island, hit the brakes, go in, take a restroom break and grab a coffee and then come back out. Like, my bad, guys, you need fuel? Oh no, stop that stuff, dude. Act like professionals. Anyway, this is a lot of me like complaining about how not to act out here, which is true. I mean, we're supposed to be professional drivers. There are so many people that pull up, hit the brakes, and don't get out and walk around their truck. Actually, both of those trucks, I didn't see the driver hop out. Now I'm over here acting like armchair DOT, you know, like, ooh, you do a post trip? Also, FMCSA rules, you don't have to record your post trip on your ELD or your logbook. I only ever do a 15-minute pre-trip, and then I hit the road, I take my break or whatever, do what I need to do throughout the day. At the end of the day, I go straight off duty, and then I'll get out, I'll kick the tires and check the lights, make sure nothing's leaking or puking out liquid. But I never log a post trip. You legally don't have to. It's in the FMCSA rules, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Association. Believe me, I've gone through those a few times just to double check stuff. Like my seatbelt. If you guys have noticed, I don't have a seatbelt over my shoulder ever. I have a lap belt, which Colorado is legal. It's legal in all states, but I've only ever gotten hassled in Colorado twice. Coming over Raton Pass, they pulled me in and said, "Where's your seatbelt?" And I said, "Oh, you're gonna ride up blah 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 section." So I had to double check rules. I called the scale house later that day. I was like, "Hey, is this the officer that told me about the seatbelt, deal, and he wasn't gonna give me a ticket?" And he's like, "Yeah, this is him. I remember you." And I was like, "Hey, man, I just looked through all these rules. Here's this subsection if you want to write it down." He's like, "No, go ahead. What do you got?" So I told him all about it. Dude was super cool. I love going into weigh stations and making jokes with them and stuff. They're regular humans. I don't know why people are so scared. Because they can pick your truck apart and put you out of business. Yeah, that's why. But anyway, I treat them like a regular human. They've got a job the same way you do. It's nice to crack a smile and a joke with DOT. But anyway, shit, I just got off rambling though. Yeah, I got a lap belt for any of you armchair DOT that are like, "Where's your seat belt?" Yeah, it's around my waist. I do buckle up. I believe seatbelts do save lives somewhat. I have heard stories where, if the person would have been ejected, they probably would have lived, and so on and so forth. I've heard vice versa. If they wouldn't have got ejected, they probably would have lived. So, to each their own, honestly. I do think it's a little ridiculous that our government makes us wear seatbelts, but then in some states, like Colorado, where I live, you don't have to wear a helmet on a motorcycle. So, okay, I have a metal cage around me, but I gotta wear a seatbelt. But that guy on the motorcycle doesn't have a seatbelt, and he also doesn't have to wear a helmet. Yeah, nice one, rule book. There's some stupid stuff to talk about. I could go on for hours. Anyway, I don't want to be a talking head. It's going on 12 minutes now of this exact BSing. Just idiotic rambling. But yeah, I hope you like the footage of that oversize I rolled by. That was a 13 axle setup. I think the Cozed one I'm going to throw in here at the end for Barnett is a 9 axle with that 60-inch Canada spread. Anyway, hell, what else was I talking about? Fuel island etiquette. Yeah, let's go back over this. So that Petro, they were doing cleaning in the fuel island. I should have panned over and showed it. Maybe you could see it. There was a whole bunch of orange cones. So they had maybe like 8 pumps, and 4 of them were coned off so they could freaking pressure wash. So when you have a scenario like that, half your pumps are closed off, that means the amount of volume through one lane is going to double because now half the pumps are closed, right? So for every 4 trucks that would have gone there, they now have to go to the 4 other ones. Now, this Prime truck pulled up. I don't know if they fueled or not, but it was a team because I freaking finished fueling. They were still in front of me, so I honked at him and then walked up and was like, "Yo, what the heck, dude?" And he was like, "I saw you hang it up. I'm about to pull forward." I was like, "All right, man." I should have pulled him out and been like, "Yo, let me show you something. These fuel islands are closed. So when you see stuff like that, it was the middle of the afternoon. I was like, I should have been like, dude, go find a parking spot. After you fuel up, go find a parking spot if you're going to take a 30. Like, it's not going to ruin your day restart, like driving to a parking spot and having to restart your 30. But anyway, for new truck drivers coming in or 4-wheelers that don't know this, there's a huge problem with parking with big rigs. It's a bitch to park them sometimes. For some people, for a lot of drivers have a hard time parking these things, backing them in and stuff. But anyway, there's a huge fuel island problem. Do not take your 30-minute break at a fuel island. I don't get where you can't like make it work after fueling. I pull up, I fuel, I finish fueling. Now I'm off duty. I clean the windshield, I check the fluids or whatever, go kick my tires before I pull forward. Then I pull forward, go in, get my fuel receipt, use the restroom, maybe grab a drink, and then come back out. And by that time, like, your clock, yeah, you can push a 30-minute break. And the guy behind you could either have just pulled up or still be fueling or so on and so forth. I've never had someone, like, complain where I've done that, got my 30, it's about 36 minutes, 38 minutes with fueling and all. And the fueling and the break, 38 minutes, like, boom, done. And it does not seem like it. It happens so quick. I do that when I'm in a rush. But yeah, don't. If you're not pumping and someone pulls up behind you, move your ass forward. So anyway, that was the scenario today with Prime. But yeah, guys, just learn some fuel island etiquette. etiquette. Fuel island etiquette. Learn some fuel island etiquette. But this has been enough of me rambling. There's a lot more about fuel island etiquette. Oh, and sorry, earlier I did wash the windshield when I fueled. It was freaking filthy when I rolled by that oversize. But anyway, though, back around. We got you on the little selfie stick. What up, gangsters? Selfie stick way out there. Let's see how that looks. Oh, look at us. You get the full cab. Yeah, I haven't really given a tour of my truck. I got a Peterbilt blanket on the bed. CB radio. That's the shifter in the middle, obviously. A couple red lights up here. You can see the iPad right there. That's my ELD and nothing else. 'Cause that's what the rules say. But anyway, that's cool. Yeah, I just wanted to explain the fuel island etiquette. There are some instances where you can totally take a 30-minute break in a fuel island. If the truck stop's dead, if it's 1 a.m. and you're doing the night shift, man, pull up and you're one of 10 pumps and all others are empty, leave it there, dude. It's cool. But if you got people if half the pumps are closed and you got people behind you, get the hell out of the way. Plus, what I don't get is, do they not check, like, drive around the truck stops? Like, it was like, what, 4 in the afternoon, if that 3 in the afternoon, and this guy's gonna take his 30-minute break. Like, that's a busy time. If it's 9 to 5, stuff's busy. So I just don't get that, man. It's not hard to check for empty spots. But catch you guys later. Enjoy this next oversized clip from when I was in Texas sometime in May, either 2020 or 2019. Yeah, both those heavy hauls were sweet setups today that I saw. The Kenworth earlier that I talked to, and this Peterbilt you're about to see. This Peterbilt's gorgeous with the matching trailer, man. Barnett's got it going on. Other than that, man, I think I've talked enough, man and woman. Yeah, I gotta hit the road. Been an hour off duty, so find out where I'm parking tonight, where I might make it to. I'm in no rush, just strolling down the road, kicking the cat, walking the dog, and heading towards Florida. So you guys enjoy this next clip, and thanks for watching again and listening to my senseless ramblings. So yeah, this is the latest episode from the Talking Head. Alright, check this thing out. It's a badass heavy haul. Good looking setup. Matching truck and trailer, pulling this Manitowoc. I think it's a 9 axle. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 axle. Color matching's badass. On a Cozad out of Stockton. See that spread on those things? Pulled by Barnett. That's a heavy setup right there. That's clean though. Very, very clean.